cause everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
That I could have this moment for life, for life.
Hey, it's Greg with the Reality REI tip of the day, coming to you from Fort Fisher, North Carolina. And the tip of the day is how to get your properties to appraise for just about any, I can't say any price, but for a very high price. Let's say if you are in an area, an escalating market, let's say if you've got a house that's fully renovated and it's to the T, it looks like the sharpest house in the neighborhood, and you've got a price super high, and you have a contract that comes in and you're concerned about appraisal coming in and appraising. What should you do? What I do is I like to have at least one mortgage broker in my back pocket that closes a lot of loans. They have to be a power mortgage broker, and they've got to have multiple sources that they work with, so that they know which lender is least likely to have appraisal issues. And then what I do is when that contract comes in from the buyer, I ask them, or I just kind of explain, if your lender does not appraise this property, are you willing to go with my lender if it doesn't? And if we do go with my lender, I'll pay for whatever the point difference it takes to get you down to the rate and points that you're currently at. Well, is that agreeable to you? And more than likely they'll say yes, because they won't think that there'll be an appraisal issue up front. And you know, I'm not counting that all my properties are going to have appraisal issues, but if I think that there might be an appraisal issue, I'm going to try to get some kind of an agreement from that buyer up front. And then when it does not appraise, then I'll go, okay, remember I mentioned I would like to have you, can we give my mortgage broker a try? I mean, obviously there's a lot of folks that say, hey, you can't steer your buyer to a mortgage broker, and you can't. I'm simply asking them up front if they would like to use it. Most of the time I'm going to wait till the very finish line toward the end for that appraisal to not come in. I'm not going to force my mortgage broker down their throat in the beginning. I'm going to wait for their mortgage broker to not work out and then be there with an option for them, because they're going to be just as much of a pickle as I will be, let's say 5 days out from closing, because they're going to want that property just as much as I will. If they're a renter, they probably already given in 30-day notice. If they're a second-time home buyer, they probably already have their house under contract for sale or have already sold their house, so they're just as anxious as I am. But again, I like to just prep that up front. Again, you want to get a mortgage broker on your team that works with several different banks or lending institutions and knows which one is going to be less likely to have an appraisal issue, and then just hand them off to that mortgage broker when the time comes. So it's a good way to avert a potential issue and to get your properties to sell at the highest price possible. So it's Greg with the Reality REI tip of the day, coming to you from Fort Fisher, North Carolina. Make it a great day.
And it becomes very irritating. So that's one reason why the short-term warranty, like Megan said, we want to make sure they don't have any disease, but at the same time we want to make sure they don't have any parasites. Because the parasites get into the...
This moment